Alright, so I'm gonna make a very off-the-cuff video of my experience with this game called No Plan B. So we're gonna go into this skirmish mode and select the first mission called Fog of Death. I played it a little bit, but I didn't get the grasp on it, and it didn't seem fair for me to make a review. This is gonna be a review, by the way, of my findings of this game, if it's worth it, if it's not. And I gotta say right off the bat, um, because of nostalgia in playing Door Kickers and Door Kickers 2, as well as my love for CQB and the art that implies, um, it's going to be somewhat biased. In fact, it may be completely biased, but I'm going to try to stick to the script as much as I can. So I played it a little bit, but like I said, I didn't appreciate it completely, and I'm still walking around that place like I don't know how to walk, so the controls are somewhat different than Door Kickers. The concept is somewhat the same, but if you let your imagination grasp, if you will, the title says it all, and it holds merit to the title because you only get one shot at this. You can rehearse and rehearse and rehearse, but you can't call anything back once you've executed the plan. You can just see it come into fruition and achieve the results that you wanted, or completely fall apart at any point in time if you don't do your due diligence, if you're not cognizant of certain aspects of CQB. And that's what I really like about it. I think a lot of people may hate it because of that reason as well, but I love it. I mean, the reasons why I would think other people would hate it, and I'm not, take it with a huge grain of salt, is because perhaps if you get it right the first time, it might leave a different taste in your mouth. But if you fail on your first mission, you're going to be so demoralized, and you're going to abandon all sense of hope in this game that you might just put it away and not see it again. And that's kind of unfair, right? But I get it. I mean, it's a hard game. It really is. It seems so easy at first glance because you're only clearing 2 or 3 rooms, like in this scenario, for example. But I mean, them rooms by bag, boy. So it's you really have to bring your A game to it. I don't like comparing it to Door Kickers I'm trying to stay away from comparing it, but a few things that do translate over are obviously the genre. I would say it's something that's been pioneered by Kill House, but this guy, GFX 47, he's my contact. He's my guy. I mean, he went above and beyond in the grind to achieve perfection, whereas Door Kickers gives you the freedom to run amok and do things that are somewhat unconventional as well as hazardous to your health or to the health of your units. This game here really stresses the consequences of poor planning, right? And so you're going to see me spend like a second or a millisecond on the length of the of the plan, but it's in reality is going to take me about 20 minutes to try to get that second down right. And you'll see me here struggling, and it's a mixture of me trying to figure out the controls, which that's going to come with time. So that's through no fault of the game developers. But at the same time, I'm really trying to go for perfection here, right? So you see me grinding away at this as much as I can. And there I am, just struggling over and over, trying to get it right. The other thing, I don't know if you saw this at the beginning, was it gives you a good tutorial. I mean, I'm a visual guy, but man, pictures, they say a 1,000 words, but a video tutorial while you're loading your game, that is awesome. That is a nice little touch, because I'm gonna need them. I'm gonna need every help I can get trying to get this thing off the ground. Sorry, got a little bit of a tickle in my throat there. But another cool thing that I find that's different to door kickers is that you can pivot and rotate the camera, zoom in, zoom out, which we could do that in door kickers, but we're also able to kind of just lay in the horizon and kind of look horizontally at your plan, at your rehearsal, as well as the execution of the plan. I think that's pretty nice. It's something that most games don't offer, and this one really did. And come to think of it, them figures look very familiar. Perhaps because it's from Unity, or the engine that they use, or software. Sorry, I'm not a nerd. I don't know what it is that they use, but the characters look an awful lot like a game I've been playing called Headshot. It's a VR game, and they have literally the same characters. That's kind of interesting. Incidentally, that game Headshot got really poor reviews because of the graphics, if you will. But I loved it. So here I am, still continuing on, just barely making entry. And we're going on minute 6. This is going to be a long video. Like I said, it's off the cuff. I'm not going to filter anything out. These are just my thoughts and me alone with them and trying to make sense of this new world. So at this point, clearly I'm trying to make a breach, and I'm trying to get that guy, number 1 right there, the one who's going in. I'm trying to get him to go into the the right corner, really turn and dig into it. Somehow it doesn't seem to want to. I'm having conflict with that. The other one obviously is going to go to the opposite end and lay cover in that fashion. What the hell. So I'm going to try to give it a few more attempts, but here I guess I'm going to treat this room like a corner fed room, and I shouldn't, because it's obviously not in the corner, but as I can tell that the door, the swing radius of the door as it goes in, it already chews up a lot of space. And yes, I'm sure that there can be somebody there, and in time I'll be able to get that character to swing all the way around and point the muzzle in that direction. But unless you guys want to stick with me for another 6 hours, I think it's a good idea we move on. I have a good feeling I'm going to get slaughtered. At least one of my guys is going to take shots. That's without a doubt. I don't understand why he has a shotgun though. McLean. I just got the well, whatever. I mean, characters that we know, all near and dear to our hearts. McLean being one of them. Nostalgia. There it is. Die Hard, right? But I don't get why he has a shotgun. I mean, it's great. It's a shotgun. But I'm sure it's going to be treated as a shotgun that has bird shots instead of a buckshot. And so the spread might be like over exaggerated for close quarters. And them rooms, man, them rooms are big. Like, I don't see why not. Get something else, another rifle, maybe. I'll figure it out. I'll try to get him outfitted with something better. Stop units plans. Okay, so he has flashers. I want to use flashers. I want my number 2 to throw the flash while number 1 opens and lays security, or lays cover down inside while in the funnel. I can't get him to move. I can't get my number 2 to move. Leave squad. Okay. You said units plan? Okay. Let's try that. Wait, hold on. Oh. No gun. I'm seeing the icon of the assault rifle there with the number 1 guy, but number 2 doesn't have anything anymore. A while ago he had a shotgun. He's gonna go in there barefisted. That boy brave, man. McLean don't fuck around. Pardon my French. Ah, man, I know I did something wrong. I must have hit a button, clicked on something. I don't know. Let's get him back in there. Oh shit! Look, there it is. All right, so let's get him with the rifle. At least there'll be some symmetry. They run out of mags, they can split mags, whatever. I'm sure this game won't cover that. But, in a real life scenario, it'd be nice to have your buddy with a spare mag when need be, right? So, okay, so going on 10 minutes now, and I'm still trying to figure out how to get inside the door. All right, be patient. I'm sure once I figure this out, it'll be downhill from here. But it's flawed thinking, I guess. Using hope as a tactic. Oh, man. And I really want to get it right. Like I really do, just because it's my first time, like really getting to the meat and potatoes of it all. The other time I just kind of zipped right through there and blasted people and and got blasted. I dedicated literally like 5 minutes to the planning and the execution. It didn't take too long for me to see the error of my ways, and I put it away. I had to go away for some time, and so I wasn't able to give it a proper look-see. And well, the developer, the head honcho there, he was kind enough to answer my messages through Reddit. He put it out there, caught my eye, I downloaded it instantly, and it didn't work. And I mean, I kept that boy up, just trying to figure these things out, whether it was on my end or his end, or just some incompatibility with my system and the way it was developed. And lo and behold, literally just a bunch of back and forth on messaging, and him trying to see through my eyes what the problem was, and figuring stuff out on his end and making sense of it all. He managed to get it in, and he made an update on the game, and it sure as hell caught fire. So at that point in time, the decision was made in my family that we had to go outside of the country and go visit some folks, family or friends in another country, and I had to put this on pause. So I definitely want to give it the time and energy, and as well as focus that he was able to bestow upon me when I had issues, right? So it's only fair. That much I will say. Whether let's just say hypothetically this game sucks, support was awesome. I gotta give him points there. Like, I didn't even hit play and he was already just taking me by the hand, no pun intended, to get this sorted out. And he deserved that much respect. And quite frankly, I don't see the big digs out there responding that good. Maybe by proxy, I don't know. But at least so far we've synced up both our guys. This dude named G, he has a hard time trying to swing his muzzle into that corner and really dig into it. So we'll just oversee that and carry on. Hopefully there's no surprise there. But we're syncing up as I was talking. My life story. Alright, so here we go, and I'm trying to pie. Once he's already secured that corner, I want them to kind of start pivoting their line of sight towards the center of the room, but not too close that they may shoot each other. As a difference to the other game that I've mentioned many times, this one I don't know if there's blue on blue or friendly fire, so I want to keep their sectors of fire away from each other while they're doing this. And this is a 2-man op. I was hoping there'd be 4, but I guess that's part of the challenge, adding to the flavor. Alright, so we've already dominated this corner in theory. We didn't use any flashbangs because, as I understand correctly from seeing it in another video, you only carry a limited supply, which makes sense, right? You're not going to be carrying unlimited ammo or anything like that. But as far as the flashbangs, I mean, I don't know if this is part of like a campaign, but I know that they mentioned that on campaign, you use a flasher today and a M16 or M4 variant on this go around, you're probably not going to get that one on the next. And so it kind of forces you, and I think they made mention of it, it forces you to think very long term as far as your weapons selection. So there may come a time when I am forced to use a shotgun for lack of a better option. I hope I don't have to use that, but such is the case. So I'm continuing with moving my units towards the next door. It's double doors too. I don't know. I don't like those. I'm sure they don't like me either. But I'm going to be moving them in, and I think there is when I'm going to cash in on that flashbang and just flash the room. Hopefully it doesn't expose me too much. I'm trying to keep the units tucked away from the funnel, but like I said, I'm trying to figure that out, and also not burn a limited amount of hours that I may have, but other people that are watching this video don't. So I'm just gonna, in a way, quote unquote, play it by ear. But I would definitely have tucked those units in a little bit more to avoid getting blasted by the opposition, whoever may be there. So I'm concerned about that corner on the left. After that door's open, there may be somebody there. And I would like my number 2 to be like covering, or him throwing the flashbang while number 1 is just laying down the hate, right? This pause means my gears are spinning in my head. So all in all, just kind of just a brief review on this. You got to sync up your units to the movements, so you time it. That's why you see the mouse going back and forth, just scrubbing back and forth on the time and timing it so that when one flashes the room, the other one moves in, or when they breach and enter, they both enter at the same time and not one lagging behind, creating a gap. So you'll see me going back, skipping a few frames, going back a few, replaying the whole thing up until that moment to my stopping point, and then kind of just seeing it as it moves, as it happens. Okay, so that must be like their sector of fire, which I know it is, but so that's his sector of fire. I wonder though, where the crosshair is that the extent of his accuracy, and anything else behind after that, does it jeopardize his accuracy? So should I be digging in the crosshairs further into the corners of the walls? And if what I said earlier is true, does that also mean that anything before it is going to be kind of out of focus or out of his accuracy? I don't know. I think about that. Or does it just mean that's the point in space where he's going to be in orbit around? I'll answer those questions when I play this game further, more times. I'll learn those lessons the hard way, I'm sure, though. Okay, so that they're moving. Okay, number 2 is moving. It should have been number 1 throwing opening the door, throwing it open, and number 2 throwing the grenade or the flashbang. But what the hell? We'll just wing it here. Okay, so that's a weird room with a kind of a cubicle type of deal, making it essentially 2 rooms in a hall. So I want my number 2 to really start digging into that right corner at the bottom there. And this one minding that open gap over there, where we're exposed to anything that may come around that corner in the cubicle. All right, look at that, 23 seconds into the fight, and it's taken me almost 20 minutes to make sense of it all this far. Just saying, man, if it was door kickers, we've already been in and out, right? But I think this is more, I want to call this a simulator. I mean, I don't know how the movements of the units and the reactions to fire are, and I can't expect too much of them right now, only because this is still under development. I don't think this is beta testing or alpha testing, maybe a combination of one or the other, but they haven't rolled out the final product yet. So many of these things might change, It might be refined a little bit. I don't know. They have their plans. I'm not trying to impose on them, but maybe this is not going to be how it looks in the end, right? And so that's also another reason why I'm not taking it all at face value. But I get the point. I get what they're trying to do here, and this is uncharted waters in the game space, right? Besides door kickers and a few other ones in our periphery, these two are the only ones that actually go and explore this type of genre. I would like to see that CQB is a genre now in gaming, but I guess like Rainbow Six is also considered close quarters, so I don't know. What I do like about these two games, though, is that as opposed to all the first-person shooters out there, and even some of the VR games that are out there, like Pavlov and like Headshot that I mentioned earlier, and Onward and things like that, or the Call of Duties and your Medal of Honors, Rainbow Sixes, is that they step away from the tactical and apply the strategic. So this is more a strategic approach to CQB. Now we know that we have to get and clear this entire room, but how you do it, how you do it would be the tactic, right? Like if you were down there, how do you maintain muscle discipline, trigger discipline, and check your corners? That's all tactics. Reloads, tactical reloads and admin reloads and working stoppages. That's all the tactical aspect of it. The strategic is we need to go from here to there and secure this package, right? Whatever. And how we create a mission, that's the strategy. So this is essentially, it's marrying two genres for me. I'm a big fan of the top-down strategy games like Age of Empires, and I'm a huge fan of the shooters as well. And this really just takes it to a new level. This one in Door Kickers, that's what caught my eye with Door Kickers at first. So the strategy portion of the game, of the discipline of your CQB, your close quarter battles, or the Battle Drill 6, right? Room clearing, whatever you want to call it, is often left unexplored when it comes to strategy. But it's really, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's a new frontier for me. Moving on minute 23 now, 25 seconds and counting. And I'm still trying to polish up this turd. There they go, making their little dance. I don't like that he's lagging behind number 2. That's time that could have been spent, but like right behind him. But prior to the stack. But as you can see, it's literally like 2 trains just moving and pivoting, like tanks. That's what I want to say. So they're moving, they're just creeping along, heel toe, but their muzzles are moving. Like they're going in one direction, but their muzzles are pointing in another one, and they're going in a very slow, a slow pace. So a few things that you might want to bring to the table before playing this game is patience in yourself, patience in this game, patience in what will happen and when, as far as the development of this game, and it's it's a different stage. I mean, this is not the final product. It's still in its embryonic stage. And your ability to learn from your mistakes and a lot of failure. Acceptance of failure is going to be a lot here. Oh, look at that. You can record. Oh man, that is awesome. I'm I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna play with those options later. Right now I want to see what happens. So let's just let's get her done and see what happens. I like how the music crescendos, right? Once you hit execute, or once you hit send, or you activate the mission, it like gets all dramatic. That's cool. Oh no! That's exactly what I was afraid of. I knew there was gonna be some dude just waiting there. Now, things I want to ask myself: are those static? Is the enemy static? Are they just in place there and they can't move? Because that's what I've seen so far. If we look at the preview or the replay, I'm sorry. Let's look at first let's look at the scoreboard. Let's see. Where am I? I don't know. Okay. No, that's not me. Lucifer. Oh shit. Hold on. Let me go back down. Oh, I'm in the thousands. Never mind. Yeah, I figured as such. All things considered, I probably deserve to be in that one spot. No questions asked. That was poor planning on my part. But let's go back and let's see if we can do the replay. And okay, so you know what the hell? Let's just go ahead and do this. I'm gonna see if I can apply a little bit of the cinematic aspect of the replays. See how that looks. Okay, I like that. Just it becomes more atmospheric, right, in taste. Regardless how much you polish a turd, it's still a turd. Okay, so starting off, whoa, let's back it up. Okay, and then let's hover back to the starting line. Try to get really close. I want to see like get into the I don't know, just their point of view. Like it's funny. I am trying to get away from the first persons, the FPSs, and the first thing I want to do is zoom in. Shot. Save camera. Shot. Okay. All right, so save camera, cut. Oh, I guess you cut to the other angle. What's a good angle? The controls for panning around with the camera are kind of weird. I can't get all the way horizontal. That kind of sucks. I would like to get like further down. That's at my limit right there. I can't go any further than that. Any further down. And the zoom in is just like it zooms straight into the like it just focuses in. I'm hoping that I don't know how to explain it. Clearly I'm not a cameraman or motion design or movie producer. We'll leave it at that. But trying to work with the controls. Also, the controls are very primitive, right? I mean, look, I didn't expect that. Okay, so that's a nice little touch. Right, so I'm not gonna bitch, but yeah, they're somewhat primitive. Somebody used the word clunky, and I'm not gonna use it only because I don't know what that means. But I wonder if that's what that means, clunky. Now, again, it should be noted that this game is it's No Plan B, but it's the Prologue version of the game. Okay, so gotta say it again. It's not the final product. It's not what they're rolling off the shelves yet. It's the free version of what they're still working on, so to speak. So we should be somewhat lenient with the progress that they've made and not judge too harshly. Okay. See, I wanted him to open the door. I wanted to throw the grenade over here. I didn't place him there. I knew that that's what I wanted to do, but I got tired of the controls to be quite honest. And I wanted to zap right through it. I'll refine this mission later on and probably give you a better polished turd than the one that we have right now. Okay. So he's watching our rear security right there. He's pulling rear security. He's focused on the door. It's like I need a third guy, right? But what? See, it was like the old switcheroo, and then he got blasted in the face. Oh shit! Oh, he just took one. He washed his mouth up with buckshot. Oh man, look at that. That is gnarly. Oh, that's cool. Look, it casts a shadow. The flash, the muzzle flash, it casts a shadow of like the bad guy. You can see the wall there. Oh, that looks brutal. See the shadow? That's pretty cool. I like that. That is nice. If we can slow it down to Matrix, you know, bullet time. Oh man, imagine that. We'll be able to just soak it all in. Okay, so that's an icon on top. It means he's dazed and confused. Or just dazed. Concussed. Does it have the effect on us? Because he's exposed too, right? He threw the flasher. Like, it must have hit him. My number one. Looks like it just hit him. The bad guy. Oh man. He's about to eat it. Or is it a she? Oh, that's another thing I noticed with the voice. There's women and men. All right, man. Good on you. By the way, the dude's name is Sebastian. I'm only mentioning his name right now only because I forgot his Reddit name, right? His handle. But man, Sebastian, that whatever you're doing here, man, it is awesome. Hats off to you for pioneering this. You took something that already existed and reinvented it and made it just as fun. I want to say it's fun just because there's so much attention to detail. For instance, like you saw that, like he just got he lost half his life, my number one, because he did not check that corner when he cracked open that door, and because I didn't set up my number two to throw the flashbang, which it does happen in the other games, yes, but you can't, like, that's the magic of this game, right? You can't call it back. It's in the name. So no plan B. Like, don't say that Sebastian didn't warn you. You knew what you were getting yourself into when you decided to play this game. But I like that. I really like that a lot because you start learning from your mistakes. And I don't know if this can translate back over to DK2 to the point where we can, you know, more of us are going to be able to do a single plan mission without pause play, and all that in between, right? And just go straight for the goal, man. I don't know. It'll definitely make us more callous to that. He's got a rooster head on. That's funny. See, we should have the upper hand right there. He has a shotgun, we have rifles, and he's already been banged. How they fall is hilarious too. Okay, so let's put it into play. Let's see how it looks. Little interruption there. Dead time. Slow crawling. That's what I hate, man. It's too slow. And then they switched. I don't know why they switched. That was me. I'm the commander. First rule of leadership: everything is your fault, right? So I put them there. I think this was probably the first engagement, first encounter, first contact. Upon breach, that was a good one. Second one sucked. As you can see, the dude washed his mouth out with some buckshot. And then this last one was nice. Exactly how I wanted to set up the second encounter when the first flashbang got thrown out. And And here I am standing like an idiot because I was like, okay, so what now? Where do I go from here? I kind of got impatient, and I don't know if there was more to it, but see, the clock is still running, and I'm like, hey man, everybody's like been done. Oh, I'm sorry, this is a different part. But when we got to the rooster, old cockhead over there, like we offed him, right? And it was all eliminate enemies, and we've already cleared every room and space. Look how number 2 goes up. Or number 2 becomes 1 and 1 becomes... They kind of had a sex change there and decided to switch roles at the end. But like right there, I'm like, okay, the clock is still ticking. And was this mission failure? Did we win? What does that mean? What does that mean? And it looks like we won, but it's still going. I guess it's probably just a replay. I don't know. Does that count against me? Huh. Mission complete. Does it say time left? 22. Oh, okay, no, it does let me know how many seconds I had left. You can be entertained and also learn something while the screen is loading. That's amazing. But that's all I have for today. Big thanks to Mr. Sebastian with the helping me solve my problems with the computer. I appreciate that in a very big way, and I'm able to enjoy this game now because of it. If you guys really want to have a look-see for yourselves and download the Prologue, it's on Steam. You can download it there and add it to your wish list if you like it. When the full version is released, I'll definitely let you know, and you can make the purchase then. Like I said, these are my findings. They're very biased, but if you like the CQB space, I think you'll find a nice little warm spot in your heart. So I definitely recommend it to those people that think just like me and love those things, those aspects of Door Kickers 2 and all the other shooters. Again, this is not a tactical approach. This is more a strategic approach to a tactical situation. But I think we deserve to have games like these, and Sebastian made it happen.